All right, a little bit more long term. We did a short on this a little bit ago. This is kind of a pig update. You can see they're doing really well. Even from the short time I've had them, the videos, you know, it's nice to document how big they get, how quickly they get. You can see they got plenty of corn over there. They made a heck of a mess out of it. It's not terribly hot, but it's been in the 90s still. So we've been treating them with some fly spray. Hopefully they're not going to break that off, but we'll see. It's pretty resilient, but this is something somebody else came up with. But they've taken a blue barrel, obviously, and there are nipples for watering that the pigs can just basically apply their mouth or teeth to. And hopefully they don't break this one off, but it's been pretty good so far. They get fresh water all the time, as well as everything that leaks out. You can see kind of feeds their pig waller. It does have an automatic float. I don't leave it on all the time. Our faucet is pretty far away, so we're a little over 200 feet, but we fill the barrel. I don't know if we can show you. I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but it's mostly full. I just ratchet strapped it to the hog panels or cattle panels I'm using for my pen here. I can turn the faucet on, I can turn it on here, and then we can open that wide open to make sure they've got a little bit of a waller here. But pigs are doing really good. You can see we've got a little bit of corn in there for today. I've been mixing some different feed with them. Man, it's working out awesome. It keeps their water clean. You know, when I had it in here, you can see all the silt in there. Basically, they were just kind of like bathing in there. And they're rooting and tearing and, you know, doing their thing. We've got some more. I need to secure up some more pipe. I'll probably be doing that in the next week. But this is just a little bit of a homestead pig update, if you will. I wouldn't say we actually really have a homestead, but I'm working on it. You know, we're getting there. We've raised beef here, and so I don't have any cows at the moment. We're obviously shifting gears into doing some pigs. I enjoy raising our own livestock, animals, you know, things that we can consume and I know where it came from versus going to the grocery store. But having the extra little infrastructure makes all the difference in the world. And so having the ability, I was watering them twice a day with 15 gallons each, and they would go through it. This allows me a little more flexibility. So long term, to where you don't burn out doing things like this, those little extra efforts up front, which I'm terrible about. I'm famous for getting it just good enough, and then, you know, it's only temporary if it doesn't work. So that's kind of what I wanted to give an update on the pigs. Doing well, putting on weight. We're going to run them until, you know, the weather starts to get real cold. And they've done really well. I can't believe how intuitive they've been in order to water themselves with this barrel. If I had to guess, we're not quite 20 hours probably. Definitely not 24 hours since they've had it in here. And they figured it out almost immediately. And like I said, you can find those online, whatever. You know, chickens have a smaller version of that. And they could smell the water basically, and they figured out how to water themselves. And it's got to be better than them drinking from that silt area there, as well as I don't have to worry, you know, if I get hung up at work or I get busy, they're still going to get their water and be in good shape, and I can take care of them every few days instead of every day, twice a day. I still check on them and make sure, you know, they're doing well. This other pallet over here is going to change up their feed system. I think I've got a deal with the same folks that basically built this, and I will never not have one of these going forward. But they have a big creep feeder. I think it's I don't know, holds 1,500 pounds of feed, something like that. So this will put this a little bit more on autopilot instead of me having to do it every single day. And this really hasn't been that tough. We had the vet out when I first got them. These are a lot bigger pigs than I've ever bought up front. I normally do smaller pigs. But it's been awesome. Been really, really good. They seem to be doing healthy. We're using the stock trailer as their hog house right now, so pretty easy. I really don't use this trailer very often. When it's ready, we'll feed them in there and then we'll get them hauled in for processing. But definitely a pretty cool project, and this has been an absolute godsend.